Happy Friday. It is your Morning Minute, 5280sportsnetwork.com. Nate Lundy, Shawn Drotar, thank you for stopping by. The news and notes of the day. Let's talk about our left big toe. Jon Gray appears to have problems with his.
Yeah, he aggravated the same injury he had in spring training last night against the Giants. Tried to get leap up to get sort of a high chop, a ground ball, landed, and then it didn't feel right, exited the game. Chris Rusin came in, did a very good job in relief, and the Rockies ended up beating the Giants with Madison Bumgarner making the start. So don't ask me to get into how you beat Kershaw and Bumgarner in the first few games and lose 2 to the Padres. But the main concern, of course, is Gray. He didn't think it was serious. They're going to take another look at it. The last time he did it wasn't serious. Even if it's not serious, though, it sounds like this is something that's going to recur from time to time now.
Yeah, it is the kind of thing that has you wondering whether they're going to have to shut him down and wait for something to fully heal. The team said he did do an x-ray yesterday. They're going to have more evaluation today, so we'll see if some other news comes out. Do they decide to shut him down for 1 or 2 starts, or do they decide, as Jon Gray seemed to indicate, that he didn't think it was a big deal? Maybe they decide that it's just one of those awkward things that happens in a game and you just move on and everything's going to be okay. So we'll watch out for that. But last night was the first of 4 against the Giants. Again, they get the win against Bumgarner, and as Shawn pointed out, Kershaw and Bumgarner, you beat them both over the course of 5 days. That's not a bad start to the year for the Rockies, who now sit at 7-4, and again, they'll be in action again tonight, and then 2 afternoon games, one Saturday, one Sunday, against the Giants. We'll see if they can continue. The Giants are off to a very slow start. In fact, the 3 starts that Bumgarner has had for the Giants, they've lost all 3 games. So this is your time to try to maybe notch some wins against the team by the Bay, so that maybe it'll benefit you as you get further down the road in the season. So we'll see how the rest of the series goes, but certainly a big win, especially when you lose Jon Gray the way you did in the 4th inning. And of course, Trevor Story knocking the 2-run home run. Always good to see the bats come alive. Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch spoke to the media yesterday as part of the offseason conditioning for the Broncos, and a lot was made by the various members of the media that were there that Paxton Lynch seemed to carry himself a little bit better, seemed to seem a little bit more like a pro than maybe the awkward, still rookie kind of thing last year. Not a big surprise to see that kind of growth, but both of these quarterbacks embracing the idea of a competition.
Well, that's healthy. I mean, I think if you're a competitor, you shouldn't be afraid of competing. You shouldn't necessarily be bothered when someone doesn't hand you a job. You go out and take it. As far as Lynch's, the idea that he's matured, he sounds more like a pro. Good, but I'm not sure I should be praising him, Nate. I mean, this, I think, should be the expectation for a guy that is now in his 2nd season and expected to compete for a starting job. I would expect that. So I guess, to be honest, it's good, but I don't make too much of it as any sort of sea change for the Broncos quarterback position yet.
And at the same time yesterday, they also met with Christian McCaffrey, so the draft preparation continues. We're now less than 2 weeks away. And as Broncos fans, I know a lot of times we really want to pay attention to the schedule. And there was some news coming out of Detroit, sounds like it was leaked slightly by the Lions, that the regular season is schedule is expected to be released next Thursday, 1 week ahead of the draft. So we'll see whether that leaked story is in fact accurate. But that's when we get to really sit down, start making our plans, figuring out our tailgates, where are we going, what's the bye week, all those kinds of things. And we'll, of course, break it down. We'll make a prediction for wins and losses, even though we have no idea.
I think they have 2 against the Raiders this year, right?
I'm pretty sure there's
I think it's going to come up that way.
You know what? And 2 against the Chargers. And then, by the way, I think I pulled a hammy when I did that earlier. I gotta go get an ice pack. Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe. Enjoy the sunshine. We'll talk to you on Monday with not only the Morning Minute, but the radio show starting at 7 a.m. on Mile High Sports. But for Shawn, I'm Nate. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.